Top 10 methods to impress a woman now and then. It's the littlest thing that establishes a long-term connection. A solitary shrewd remark, 2 or 3 little motions can truly intrigue a lady, while a hostile comment or a showcase of lack of regard can completely destine your odds. A lady will choose generally rapidly whether your date commendable, and every one of the easily overlooked details you do or don't do will help her decide. In view of these real factors, we've assembled this rundown of the main 10 straightforward approaches to dazzle a lady. Nothing confounded here, nothing tedious or uncommonly troublesome. Yet, this rundown of propensities, remarks and practices could have the effect between getting her number and getting a messy look. 10. Look her in the eye. It can be tempting to look a beautiful woman up and down, and the more beautiful she is, the harder it is to concentrate on the conversation. Just remember, if she catches you staring at her chest when she's telling you how much her mom means to her, you'll look like a creep. 9. Be well-groomed. Scraggly beard growth styles and surprisingly a trace of stench will slaughter your odds with ladies. Ladies need their men to be very much prepared. They need them to look and smell wonderful constantly. That doesn't mean you fundamentally must be clean-cut, yet any beard you do have ought to be all around kept up. Consider everything. You judge them dependent on the manner in which they look. Is there any valid reason why they wouldn't do likewise with you? 8. Help her with her coat. If you're trying to come up with simple ways to impress women, you might think about the kinds of things your grandfather used to do. Women love old-school displays of chivalry. Helping her put on her coat is a great example. It's a kind, courteous act that's not so common anymore. That's why it will help you stand out. It's also a good way to increase her comfort level with you, as it allows you to get close to her without getting too close. 7. Associate with her companions. When deciding whether or not to ask a woman out on a date, you probably evaluate her personality and her looks, among other things like her sense of humor and her intelligence. Well, women do those things too, but they also think about our potential as partners. And one of the things that speaks to our potential is our ability to fit into her social network. Women are attracted to likable, social, charming men, the kind of guys their friends and families will love. So, engage in conversation with her friends even as you're working your magic on her. Impress them and you'll impress her. Just make sure it's clear that she's the one you're interested in. 6. Overlook your telephone. Nothing says, "You're not that important," like taking a call from someone else or checking a text in the middle of a conversation. That's why ignoring your phone is one of our top 10 simple ways to impress women. The culture of texting has gotten way out of hand. Too many men think it's perfectly acceptable to take a phone call or fire off an email while you're on a date or in the middle of a conversation. Well, we have news for you. It's uncivil. When you're talking to a woman, let her see you silence your phone or turn it off completely. Show her she has your undivided attention. 5. Ask her questions. At the point when you're becoming acquainted with a lady, you ought to give a valiant effort to make her agreeable. That implies guiding a discussion toward a subject she's happy with discussing, like her. Pretty much every lady likes to discuss herself. It's a subject on which she has a ton of aptitude, all things considered. Posing her inquiries about her past and her one things will permit her to open up and feel great, while at the same time showing her that you're keen on something beyond her looks. 4. Open doors. Another entry on our list of the top 10 simple ways to impress women. Open the door for her. Opening the door for a woman is a classic gentlemanly gesture. The otherwise admirable push for gender equality has largely eliminated acts of chivalry like this one. Do your part to bring chivalry back by opening the door for her. 3. Compliment the way she looks. So consider this. You need to offer her a commendation, however you need it to appear to be earnest. Accordingly, you need something somewhat more unique than, "You have staggering eyes." Give this a shot. Compliment the manner in which she glances in her outfit. Say something like, "You look extraordinary in that dress." It's an incredible method of revealing to her she looks hot without rerunning the standard, worn-out praise, and it likewise imparts that you're pulled into her such that, "Cool coat," doesn't. 2. Ask for advice regardless of whether you're condo chasing or attempting to set your pal up on an arranged meet-up. Ladies are dazzled when you ask them for guidance. It shows her that you esteem others' suppositions, specifically, her assessment. Be mindful so as not to put on a show of being confused here, however. You would prefer not to act like you know nothing. You additionally don't have any desire to call her out or cause her to feel awkward. When requesting guidance, get her point of view on a restricted arrangement of alternatives. For instance, does she figure you should move into a condo or a space? This sort of inquiry permits her to effectively communicate an assessment, and ideally starts a more broad discussion. 1. Compliment her positivity. Telling a woman she gives off a happy vibe will make her feel good. That's the vibe most people want to give off all the time. It also allows you to then ask her about the things in her life that make her so happy, which will make her feel even better, positive feelings that she'll ultimately associate with talking to you. This kind of a comment centering on positivity is another one of our top 10 simple ways to impress women.